Is your child cranky or easily angered? Do they throw tantrums very often? Or do they seem very withdrawn? Well, it may seem that your child is trying to pass a message across to you and cannot seem to communicate or tell you exactly what he or she wants. And so the best way for him or her is to burst out in any of these ways that I have mentioned, or even more. So if your child falls into any of these categories I have mentioned or something similar, then this video could be of help. So hi and welcome back to this channel. If you're just seeing me for the first time, I am Adebanjo Faith Adeola. A quick disclaimer, I am not a child specialist. I'm no speech therapist. All the points that I'll be sharing with us here are just my own suggestions based on the experience I've had with my 1.5-year-old daughter. And also to say that every child grows uniquely. Every child is unique. So there is no pressure whatsoever to force a child to talk if he or she is not ready to talk. So I'll just drop a quick question here. Have you ever been in a situation where you've been trying to communicate or you're trying to pass a message across to someone or a group of people and no one seems to understand what you're saying? How does that make you feel? Especially if it's a very important message, something that is very dear to you. How does that make you feel? You feel frustrated, you feel angry, you might even feel like hitting something, like, can't you hear me? You know? You bet that's how your child feels when you do not understand what they say. And of course, they're still little. They can't talk well yet. So there are many things they are trying to tell you to do or trying to tell you they want, but they cannot say. And that definitely will leave them frustrated. And I don't think that should go on for a long time. You love them, you care for them, and you want to find a way to help them express themselves easily. So these 5 points I'll be suggesting would help you communicate better or help your child communicate with you better even while they're still young. So point number 1, start talking to them as early as from birth. Yes, you have a newborn in your hand. In fact, sometimes from the womb, you know. Let's just say you have a newborn in your hand. Whatever it is that you're doing, start to talk to them. Oh, I'll lift you up from this place now and take you to the bathroom while you do it. Whatever you're doing, you're cooking, just talk to them. Maybe you're even thinking of something. Think out aloud and communicate with them. So it is good to start talking to them and not in baby language. Start talking to them as early as from birth. Point number 2, speak to them in clear terms. Yes, babies, children, toddlers that can't talk clearly yet, most times they babble. But it's not nice to mimic them because you're trying to teach them to learn from you. And if you mimic them, then there's nothing to learn from. You are now saying the same thing as they're saying. So speak in clear terms. When they say it in their baby language, you say it in the normal language, and they will learn very fast because they know the correct pronunciation to something. So when you say, for instance, bye bye, see you tomorrow, rather than say bye bye, see you tomorrow, just say it the normal way. Bye bye, see you tomorrow. Point number 3, or tip number 3, talk with them as you go through every activity. As from newborn even to toddler, whatsoever it is that you're doing with them or to them, say it. Open your mouth and just communicate with them. There is never too much talk with a toddler because they're actually absorbing. You know, Dr. Maria Montessori says the mind of a child is like a sponge. Within those early years, they are absorbing every single thing that is going on in their environment. So, as you, for instance, change their diaper, talk to them, tell them what you're doing. So, I'm going to wipe your butt now. I'm wiping your bum bum, whatever it is you're doing. I'm putting on your trouser, okay, your right leg, putting your left leg, and we'll drag it up, all the way up. Can form a song with it, whatever, just talk. An instance is when I'm beating my daughter. Now, this is how she learns the parts of her body majorly. While we take her bath, most times she cries, she shouts, or she doesn't want to bathe or something. But what I do is that as I wash her hair, for instance, or her head, I tell her, we're washing your head, washing your head. And as we go to her neck, your neck, we're washing your neck, we're scrubbing your neck to the hand, to the armpit. So that is how she has even learned the parts of her body. Next, when it's time to rinse, say now we're going to rinse your face. I announce that to her and I do it. So she's calm, she's relaxed, she knows what to expect. And then she is learning, picking everything. So when you're cooking in the kitchen, when you're putting on their slippers, whatever it is that you're doing, when you're serving them food, okay, now it's time to eat. Do you want to eat? Okay, I'll give you food now. Just be patient. I'll give you food. Just communicate as though you are speaking to an adult. Okay? And they would learn to pick what you're saying faster. Tip number 4 is that you be patient with them and listen. Now, the truth is, toddlers will throw tantrums. No matter how well they can even communicate, they will still throw tantrums. Whether they are frustrated or not, whatever the reason for the frustration or the tantrums or the outburst, be patient. Now, I know this part is very hard to parents. It is actually very hard, sincerely. But take a deep breath, calm down at their level, and talk to them face to face, like talk. For instance, Ade, I understand you're hungry. Or I would assume you are hungry, because sometimes you might not be sure of what they want. But whether you're sure or not, just communicate with them. Come down at their level, look at them straight into their faces and talk. I understand you're hungry, but you have to be patient with me while I prepare your food. It will take a few minutes. Is that okay? And then you continue what you're doing. So show them understanding and patience. Also, what I've just said might not go on as simple as ABC, because sometimes they could even hit your face, like they're just closing their eyes and they're angry. But continue without any expression, because when you show this expression of frustration, like stop shouting, wait now, it's like you are aggravating their tantrums. You are creating more environment to shout. So while they're shouting or they're not being comfortable, you just show a calm expression. Even if you're very angry, show a calm expression and help them understand that they will still need to be patient while you sort them out. That will teach them patience and to help them know that you're listening to them and you are patient with them. And the 5th point that I will show, which is very important, is teaching them sign languages. What sign languages do you know that your child have? We have a whole lot of them, some invented by the child, some invented by the parent. Plenty of them out there. Now I have a video that you watch out for, if it has not already come out yet, that speaks about sign languages for babies, for toddlers, that will help them communicate evenly. So watch out for that, or watch it if it is out already by the time this video is out, and put them to practice. If you've stayed to the end of this video, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like this video. It will show YouTube and tell YouTube that you enjoy the content, and YouTube will suggest it to many other people that need it. Also, do not forget to share your experiences with other people. We are out there looking for tips on how to make this parenting journey easier. So please don't hold back. Tell your parents, and then also do not forget to subscribe. This is a subscribe button because I release weekly. Thank you so much. See you in my next video. Bye.